सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। सुखं नित्यं स्वप्रकाशं व्यापकं नामरूपयोः अधिष्ठानं बुद्ध्यबोध्यं बुद्धिर्द्रव्यत्तु निर्मलम् अपारं सर्ववेदान्तवेद्यं प्रत्यक्परं महः तदेवाहं न मत्तोऽन्यदिति मे निश्चिता मतिः। Yes.
We were seeing the part of the Grantha where the journey in terms of this 8 stages of Viveka is described for the person who from a Vishayi becomes a Jidnyasu. And there we had seen the first 7 stages where it was said that all objective happiness is fraught with dukkha. Then as long as connection with the body is there, some dukkha will be there. To remove that dukkha, this punya papa needs to be removed. To remove the punya papa,
To remove the dukkha.
To remove the connection with the body.
First you have to say to remove the dukkha, sharira sambandha has to be removed.
So the second stage was as long as there is connection with the body, dukkha will be there. And to remove that connection with the body, the punya papa has to be removed. To remove the punya papa, this raga dvesha has to be removed. To remove the raga dvesha, ishta anishta sadhana buddhi has to be removed. And to remove that, bheda buddhi has to be removed. So till now, the person has realized that bheda buddhi is the cause for all my problems. And we had seen that as long as ajnanam is there, this bheda buddhi will be there. Why? Because the self is self-evident but not completely known. Therefore, what is the non-self, that is the body, is taken to be the self, and the things other than the body are taken as not self, non-self. And thus that idea of division, the bheda buddhi, is there as long as ajnanam is there. And now the 8th stage was being described. And it is said, Tataha swasvarupajnanam swasvarupajnanena eva nivartate na anyena tayoho tamah prakashavat paraspara virodhitvat iti vivekaha utpadyate. Tataha, thereafter, means after this 7 stages, this following viveka is born. What is that viveka? By the knowledge of one's own nature alone, the ignorance regarding one's own nature goes. Na anyena, not by any other means. And this can be seen in 2 ways. Not by any other means other than jnanam, and also not by any other knowledge other than self-knowledge. And why is this so? That Svarupajnanena eva nivartate? It is because of Svarupajnanam and Svarupajnanam being opposite to each other. Like what? Like light and darkness. The principle is a given thing will be removed by its opposite, and Svarupajnanam is opposite to Svarupajnanam, and therefore Svarupajnanam will remove Svarupajnanam. I should
Yes, opposite. What you have to say?
It's better to say it like this, that Svarupajnanam is opposite to Svarupajnanam, and hence Svarupajnanam will remove Svarupajnanam. This is a Sangraha Vakya. And in the next sentence, the Granthakara explains this Swarupadnyanam Swarupadnyanena eva nivartate. That part is explained. And it is said, Yat Vishayakam Ajnanam Bhavati Tad Ajnanam Tad Vishayaka Paroksha Jnanena eva nivartate. Yatha Rajvat Jnanam Rajju Sakshat Karena eva nivartate. Tadvat. So it is said that regarding whichever thing the ignorance is there, that ignorance goes only by the direct knowledge regarding that thing. An example is given, just like the ignorance of rope goes by the direct appreciation of the rope alone. Tadvat, similarly, the ignorance regarding one's own nature goes by the knowledge of one's own nature alone. And here we have seen that an important point of Siddhanta is highlighted, that the Sansaritva Brahma, which is Aparoksha, goes by Aparoksha Brahma Jnanam only, not by Paroksha Brahma Jnanam. And then in the next part, it is said that Tasmat Swaswarupa Paroksha Jnanam eva Akhilanartha Nidana Swaswarupa Jnana Nivrutti Dvara निश्रेयसात्मक निखिल दुःख निवृत्ति हेतुः भवति. Tasmat means since Swarupajnanam goes by Swarupajnanam, and that Swarupajnanam was the cause for all dukkha. Therefore, the direct knowledge regarding one's own nature is the cause for freedom, which is in the form of removal of all dukkhas. And how does that knowledge give this nishreyasa? That is explained by means of removal of the ignorance regarding one's own nature, which is the cause for all undesirables. So what is said in this statement is, self-knowledge is the means for freedom. How? By way of removing the cause for bondage, which is ignorance. And then someone may say that this is only a negative achievement, that is, all dukkhas are removed. Is there nothing positively attained in this moksha? So for that, in the next part, it will be answered that Ananda Vapti, the attainment of happiness, limitless happiness, also happens in moksha. And that the Granthakara begins explaining. Swasvarupasya eva satyajnananantananda brahma rupatvat swasvarupajnanena brahma vaptihi bhavati. Because one's own nature is in the because of one's own nature is in the form of Brahma, which is unnegatable, jnanam, consciousness, ananta, limitless, ananda, happiness. Therefore, by the knowledge of one's own nature, there is attainment of Brahma. The idea is, one's own nature is essentially Brahma. Therefore, by knowing one's own nature, there is attainment of Brahma. And what is this? What is the nature of this Brahma? Brahmacha Nitya Niratishaya Khandananda Rupam Dukkha Sambhinnam iti Sarva Vedanta Pramana Siddham. And this Brahma is of the nature of happiness, which is indivisible, unsurpassable, permanent, and not fraught with any dukkha. In this manner is known in all the Vedanta. which is a pramanam. That is, it is known in all the Upanishads. अतः एव स्वस्वरूप साक्षात्कारेण एव नित्य निरतिशय दुःखासंभिन्न स्वस्वरूप भूत ब्रह्मानन्दः अवाप्यते. अतः एव means since I am of the nature of Brahma, and this Brahma is of the nature of limitless happiness. Therefore, by the direct appreciation of one's own nature, happiness is attained. And then there are some adjectives used for this Ananda. The happiness which is Brahma, which is Svasvarupa Bhuta, which is in the form of one's own nature. And this Svasvarupa Bhuta suggests that happiness will not go because it is Swarupa Bhuta. And Dukkha Sambhinna, this happiness is not fraught with any dukkha, and this happiness is Nitya, permanent, and Niratishaya, unsurpassable. So, in this part, it was suggested that even this happiness of such nature is attained by the knowledge of one's own nature. So, moksha also has some positive aspect to it in the form of Ananda Vaptihi. And now, in the next line, the final Viveka is given. Evam Nikhila Dukkha Nivrutyupalakshita Swasvarupa Bhuta Khandananda Praptehe Sakshat Sadhanam Swasvarupa Jnanam Eva. Evam, thus, the direct means for the attainment of happiness is the knowledge of one's own nature alone. And what kind of Ananda? The Ananda which is Akhanda, indivisible, Swasvarupa Bhuta, in the form of one's own nature. And Nikhila Dukkha Nivrutyupalakshita, with the happiness which is indicated by the absence of or removal of all dukkhas. That is, it is not fraught with any dukkha. So the person has realized now that for attainment of such happiness, the means is the Swarupa Jnanam only. And then it is said, Tasmat Swaswarupa Vichara Eva Kartavyah. So here, Tasmat means since the knowledge of one's own nature is the means for moksha, and to attain this knowledge, analysis with the help of Guru and Shastra is required. Therefore, the analysis regarding one's own nature alone should be done. And then it is concluded that Itham Yasya Viveko Jayate Saha Eva Jidnyasuhu Iti Uchyate. Itham means this type of Viveka is born for whom? And what type of Viveka? The person who goes through these 8 stages and finally realizes that for moksha the means is Svasvarupa Jnanam, and for Svasvarupa Jnanam the means is Svasvarupa Vicharaha, analysis. This kind of understanding is born for whom? That person alone is called Jidnyasuhu, the one who is desirous of knowledge.
आपका तो जादू So we are seeing the relevance of Vichara Sagara. And so many objections were raised that nobody will be interested. For that, this answer is given. that you cannot say nobody will be interested, because there are different types of people. And he introduced 4 types of people: Pamara, Vishayi, Jignasu, and Muktaha. Non-religious, materialistic person, Pamaraha; Vishayi, religious, materialistic person, Jignasu, desirous of knowing the truth, desirous of knowing one's true nature, which is limitless, and Muktaha, free. And he spent a lot of time on Jignasu. Why? Because he is the candidate. That is going to be told that he is the candidate. And one does not become Jignasu overnight. One goes through various what is called cognitive stages, and each cognition or each understanding given in each state was called Viveka. It was not simply called Dana. It was called Viveka because every stage involved the understanding of what is right and what is not right. So Vaishekam Sukham Dukkham Eva Natu Sukham Api Dukkham Api Tina. Means every stage the clarity is involving what is right and also what is not right. When you have twofold understanding that this is right and everything else is not right, then your understanding of right is stronger. It is something you know, this is the path for going to that particular place. And other paths are not the path, they will be dead end. Or they will take you to somewhere else. When you know that, then your understanding of this path is stronger. Otherwise, you are still vulnerable. Why? Because somebody says this path is there, but other path also there. अच्छा ठीक है वो भी try कर लेते हैं. Let us try that also. That can happen. But you know this is right and anything else is not right, then your conviction is very strong. Similarly, at other stage also, that yavat sharira sthiti dukkham na nivarteta. Then somebody says, no, by some divine grace something can happen. Your dukkha will go. No? Yavat sharira sthiti dukkham na nivarteta. Wherever you go, even in Devaloka, there is a dukkham. Our Nishamdasi very emphatically told, dukkham is there. So Deva Sharira Sthiti, dukkham will not be there. He said, no, there also will be there. So every stage, this twofold understanding was there. What is right and what is not right. Therefore, the word used was Viveka. Okay. And the final Viveka was that Swarupa Ajnanam is the cause of bondage. Swarupa Ajnanam goes by Swarupa Jnanam, and Swarupa Jnanam is by Swarupa Vichara with the help of scriptures. And I am Mumukshu, I want to be free, therefore I have to remove the ignorance, and for removing the ignorance, only way is Swarupa Jnanam, and Swarupa Jnanam comes by Swarupa Vichara. Therefore, Maya Swarupa Vichara Kartabhya. One who has this type of mind frame, that person is called Jignasu. Alright. And here, in between that, Yad Vishayakam Agdanam Bhavati Tad Agdanam Tad Vishayaka Paroksha Jnanena Nivartate, there we can add one more point also. Yad Adhikaranam Agdanam Bhavati Tad Agdanam Tad Adhikaranaka Paroksha Jnanena Nivartate. Means, it is a simple thing, but we can add. Wherever ignorance is, there alone ignorance should go. Ignorance is experienced in the mind. Even though technically we say Brahma Shrita Maya, but Brahma Shrita Magdanam, but experience where? In my buddhi. Therefore, where the knowledge should come to remove the ignorance? It should come in my mind. You cannot say, Swamiji, I am very busy, my spouse is free. So let my spouse attend the class, she will get dhanam and I also will get moksha. Because Swamiji, everything we share, so this moksha also will share. ऐसे नहीं होता है. So ignorance will go from that adhikarana where knowledge has come. And therefore, yad adhikaranakam agnanam tad agnanam tadadhikaranaka gnaneneva nivartate. Therefore, in karma kanda, sharing is there. If a husband does the karma, wife gets 50%. That sharing is there prescribed. Therefore, even though she will be doing only small, directly she will be doing only small action. Like Ajya Avekshanam and Achmaniyam, Dakshina time, all these small things will do. Of course, preparation so much she will be doing, but direct participation may be very little, but she has got 50% this share. So if he does karma, she also will go to heaven. I don't know whether it will be heaven then. So, but he gets there. So she also gets. So in karma, the sharing is there. And in North India, you must have seen that one is doing arti, then other person uska hand, they will touch the hand. और उसका कनेक्शन 5 तक जाता है. You know that? Have you seen that? So I am doing arti, somebody will touch my shoulder. That person's shoulder will be touched by other person. Like extension cord it will be. Have you seen that? That's a very thing. I will love to see that. Oh, बोला हमारा भी connection है. So there it is okay. But in Jnanam, it doesn't happen. Jnanam yasmin antakarane ajnanam asti tasmin antakarane eva jnanam yadi jayeta. If jnanam is born in the same antakaranam where ajnanam is, then that jnanam will remove ajnanam occurring in that antakarana. Alright. Therefore, moksha purushartha, the spouse cannot share. That if husband gets moksha, wife will get, or wife gets then husband will get. There is no such thing. There, everybody has to do one's job. Carry your own cross. There is expression. You have to carry on your cross. Okay. Now, third person is described, Jignasu. Now, the fourth one, Mukta Lakshanam. Fourth person is Mukta, who is in a very small minority. He is in a very small quantity, minority. And what is his Lakshanam? Sthula, Sukshma, Karanatmaka, Sharira, Traya, Vilakshanam, Panchakosha, Vilakshanam cha, Swaswarupam, Akhanda, Dvitiya, Swayam, Jyoti, Swabhavananda, Ghana, Brahma, Rupena, Yaha, Sakshad, Aparokshi, Karoti, Karatala, Malakavat, Saeva, Muktaha, iti uchyate. He doesn't like a simple. He always like 4-5 adjectives. But here main definition is this: Swaswarupam Brahma Rupena Yaha Aparokshi Karoti Saha Eva Muktaha. Swaswarupam Brahma Rupena Yaha Aparokshi Karoti Saha Eva Muktaha iti uchyate. Means what? Aparokshi Karoti. We can say one who claims, or one who knows immediately, directly. What? Swaswarupam. One who knows immediately, directly. What? Swaswarupam, one's own true nature. How? Brahma Rupena, as Brahman. Yaha, one who directly knows his true nature as Brahma, Saha Muktaha. That person is free. Very simple definition. One who knows that I am really Brahman alone. Real I am Brahma. In simple words, real I or really I am Brahma. One who knows this, that person is Mukta. See, when we talk about Mukta, people have got mystical ideas. Mukta means in Himalaya somewhere sitting and will have a big beard, must not have taken bath for so many days or something, we think like that. Simple meaning is one who has got wisdom is Mukta. In Tattva Bodha also this was the meaning given. What is it? Dhrada Nishchaya Rupa Aparoksha Gnanavan Jivan Muktaha. Who is Jivan Muktaha? Free while living. One who is Dhrada Aparoksha Gnanavan. Dhrada Nishchaya Rupa Aparoksha Gnanavan. One who has got Aparoksha Gnanam, direct knowledge. And the direct knowledge is called Dhrada Nishchaya. So one who is having direct knowledge in the form of firm conviction, that person is Mukta. And why is it so? Because bondage is notional. Therefore, freedom will be cognitive only. Still we say that Gnanena Mokshaha because once this Gnanam of myself being Brahman is there, then Dukkha is not there. Therefore, my Gnanam is characterized by the absence of Dukkhitvam and absence of my craving for Sukha. Therefore, we are saying that Gnanena Moksha. Otherwise, Gnanam eva Moksha. This Gnanam is characterized by as if resulting into this absence of Dukkhitva Bhranti, absence of Asukhitva Bhranti. Absence of Asukhitva Bhranti means I am not Sukhi. I have to become Sukhi. Jiva wants to become Sukhi. Now there is no more craving for becoming Sukhi. That is no more there. And craving for becoming free from being Dukhi. That also is not there. And that is the characteristics of the knowledge person has. And therefore, it is figuratively said, Gnanena Mokshaha. But really speaking, Gnanam itself can be called Moksha from a particular angle. Alright, therefore, Gnanavan Muktaha. Acha, so main definition is what? One who directly knows one's true nature as Brahma is Muktaha. And what type of one's true nature? True nature as the Karta Bhokta? No. Sthula Sukshma Karanatmaka Shariratraya Vilakshanam Swaswarupam. My true nature is different from Vilakshana, different from Shariratraya, threefold bodies, gross, subtle and causal. Shariratrayatmakaha. My true nature is different from the three bodies in the form of gross, subtle and causal. I am Sthula Sukshma Karana Sharirat Vyatiriktaha. And Panchakosha Vilakshanaha is another way of putting Shariratraya Vilakshana. I am different from five koshas. So it is not that 3 plus 5. Somebody, I have to cross 8, obstacles. I have to cross 8 stages. There is no such thing. 3 shariras, 5 koshas. I am Vilakshana. I am different from 5 koshas. So my true nature is different from 3 bodies or otherwise called different from 5 koshas. And this true nature is Brahma. What type of Brahma? Akhanda. Indivisible. There is no Swagata Bheda. Advitiya. There is no Sajatiya Vijatiya Bheda. And Swayam Jyoti. Self-effulgent. And Swayam Jyoti Swabhava, of the nature of self-effulgent. Means Brahman is self-effulgent as I, and Ananda Ghana. Ananda Ghana means pure Ananda. Ananda Ghana has got the meaning Ananda, Ananda Eva. Only Ananda is there. In physics we have studied that solid thing is that where particles are densely placed. That is called solid. So here, but still it is not really solid. Still the particles have lot of space in that. Yeah, they say that whole earth, if it is really compressed, it will become a football. That a ball of football game, that much only earth will be fully dense. It is not there. But still we say that when these particles are close by, atoms are close by, then it is called Ghana. So here Ghana has got the meaning that alone. Therefore pure word we use. Ananda Ghana means pure Ananda. Pure Ananda means what? Dukha Sambhinnam. Not fraught with Dukha. Not like Gujarati pickle. Thoda katta, thoda mitha. Aisa nahi. Not like that. It is Ananda Ghana. And that is Brahma. So my true nature is Ananda Ghana Brahma. The pure Ananda, which is Brahma. In this manner, Yaha Sakshad Aparokshi Karoti. One who directly appreciates. Then what is the significance of Sakshad? See, some things, certain things, which are Paroksha, and by Indriya Vyapara, it can be made Aparoksha. Like temple Dakshinamurti's Vigraha now Paroksha for me. But it can be made Aparoksha, how? By Indriya Vyapara. But here, in case of my Swarupa, is not made direct by some Indriya Vyapara. Therefore, it is a Sakshat. So, one who appreciates one's true nature as Brahman immediately and directly, or immediately without any help of sense organs. That is the idea conveyed by the word Sakshat. Indriya Vyapara Mantarena Aparokshi Karoti. Karatala Malakavat. To show the clarity of this wisdom, this example is given. Karatala Amalakavat. Like, vat means like. Amalaka, gooseberry. Amla. Like amla, but it is put somewhere under the table or somewhere. No, Karatala on my palm. Just as the gooseberry kept on my palm, how clear it is. Similarly, this Swarupa is very clear to me. The one who has got this clarity, Saha Eva, that person alone, Muktaha iti uchyate, is called free. It is called as a free person. So don't attribute any mysticism to freedom or self-knowledge. That attributing some mysticism or freedom becomes an obstacle in owning up freedom. It is something like you have imagined about a person, this person is like this, he will have big beard and shining and all. Then what happens, even though somebody tells this person, he will deny. He will ask. Because you have got some idea. I told you, I was searching for one book because in my mind that book has got this color. And I had covered it, I forgot. So I was seeing that book, but in my mind the idea of that book was different color. Therefore, pashyanapi na pashyami. So my attribution of some mysticism to Swarupa Jnanam or Moksha becomes an obstacle. Even though I have it, still I disown it. What a unfortunate thing. I get it, I am almost getting, but no, I am thinking it must be great. Like we went to one place and we were expecting that place is very far off. So we reached, but still we were not ready to believe that this place has come. हम पहुंच गए क्या? Did we reach really? That type of idea we get. We got a doubt. नहीं आ गए. So this is what happens. So therefore, no mysticism. It is just understanding myself to be free. But Swamiji, I feel I am understanding, but still I am not feeling I am free. One reason is that you might have some funny idea about moksha. One reason is that. Second idea is that your understanding may be fraught with some doubts and habitual error. Otherwise, you ask this question: if I have understood myself to be Brahman, Satchidananda, is there any problem? As Satchidananda Brahma, what problem you have? My neighbor is shouting. Your neighbor is shouting. Does shouting reach to Brahman? Or you are the adhishthanam of the shouter and shouted and sound all here. You can enjoy it. I am the shouter. Aham annam, aham annada. So you can extend to everything. There is no. Always, whenever you get a doubt, how knowledge can give moksha, you always see that as Brahman, what is the problem? Is there any problem as Brahman? As an individual, Devadatta, as a Devadatta, I have a problem. But as the truth of Devadatta individual, which is Brahman, is there any problem? No, there is no problem at all. You can appreciate that, yes, this appreciating myself to be Brahman itself is the solution. And so I understand, and remaining in this understanding, I am free. There is no mysticism involved. But don't say that, oh, Swamiji, out of so many people, only one can get it. You can be that one person. Why not? I remember Swami Vichara was nicely telling. He said, when school was, class was going on, primary school, and the teacher was talking about some governor. He said, this person became governor. Only few people can reach this. So they once got up and told, okay, हम में से तो कोई एक होगा. And really that person, when he grew back, he became governor. Out of us only somebody will be there. Whoever becomes will be from our classes only. That's true. So even though the rareness of moksha or jnanam is talked about, that should not deter us or should not shake us. Only one will get it. Somebody has to be that one, no? Why not me? I also can be that one. So at least we don't deny the possibility. Because if you deny the possibility, nobody can get you this freedom. Final signature is yours. You have to accept that, yes, I can get jnanam. We don't entertain the idea, oh, somebody in some janma will get it. They say you generally take 7 janmas to get jnanam. In Buddhism, they say that you have to go 7 janmas. Even if it is 7 janma, this is who said it was. This is not 7th janma. This is 7 janma. Why not? All right. So what I mean to say is, don't attribute any mysticism to moksha or atma. All right. Now the author comes to the main topic. Jignasoho asmin granthe pravrutyupapattihi. There is a possibility of the engagement of Jignasu, desirous of knowledge, asmin granthe, in this text. There is engagement of Jignasu, the one who is desirous of knowledge, in this text. So, kasya pravrutti bhavati? Jignasu pravrutti bhavati. And now in this paragraph, he is dismissing all other 3. He said, out of these 4, only one category person is available for Vichara Sagara, and it is good enough. Very little, how much? 1.5% is there, but that is good enough. Out of 7 billion, 1.5% will be a very big number. So no problem. Alright, so he says, Evam Purvokta Chaturvideshu Purusheshu Pamara Vishayinau Vishayopa Janya Sukhena Eva Atmanam Truptam Kritartham Cha Manyamanau Vartete. So first he talks about that these first two category people. He says, Evam, in this manner, Purvokta Chaturvideshu Purusheshu. Among these four types of people, as mentioned earlier, Pamara Vishayinau, the non-religious and religious materialistic person, these two people, Pamara and Vishayi. One is a Nastika, another is Astika, but both of them are materialistic. Vishaya Bhoga Janya Sukhena Eva Atmanam Truptam Kritartham Cha Manyamano. They are considering themselves, Atmanam, themselves, it's a reflexive pronoun. They consider themselves to be what? Truptam, satisfied. Kritartham, fulfilled. By what? Vishaya Bhoga Janya Sukhena Eva. By the happiness born of the experience of the objects. So they consider themselves to be satisfied or fulfilled only when they experience the Vishaya Janya Bhoga Sukham. Means even their goal of life will be that only. What will is the goal of my life? That I will travel all over the world. That's what many people have this target. That I want to travel all the countries. That is the goal of life. Or somebody will say, I want to become first in this, I want to break the record, so I will have experience of, being the first. But Vishaya Bhoga Janya Sukham Sukheneva Atmanam Kritartham Manyamano Vartate. Keshanchit Vishayinam Paralaukika Paramasukhetchayam Satyamapi Atat Prapti Sadhanameva Tat Prapti Sadhanatvena Anyatha Grihitva Tatreva Te Pravartante. Out of this, or between these two, Pamara and Vishayi, the difference is Pamara will consider himself to be Trupta and Kritartha by Vishaya Bhogajanya. But he doesn't have any restriction. Anything I can eat, anything I can enjoy. Whereas this religious person will say, this is not good, this is good, but Sukha is from Bhoga only. And sometimes, Keshanchit Vishayinam, some religious materialistic people, some of them Keshanchit, for some Vishayi, religious materialistic people, Paralaukika Paramasukkhechayam Satyamapi, even though they have the desire for higher happiness, which is not related to this world, Paraloka, non-worldly highest happiness they want to have. Paralaukika Paramasukkhechayam Satyam. But Atat Prapti Sadhanameva Tat Prapti Sadhanatvena Anyatha Grihitva Tatra Evate Pravartante. But they do not know what is the right means for Paramasukha. And therefore what happens? Atat Prapti Sadhanam Eva. That which is not the means for Paramasukha, that alone Tat Prapti Sadhanatvena Grihitva. Anyatha, wrongly. But having wrongly understood that to be the means for Paramasukha. Atasmin tad buddhi. That which is not the means for highest sukha. Like what? Like some upasana, raising the kundalini, etc. That is not the means for Paramasukha. Or going to some higher loka. So, that is atat prapti sadhana. That is not really means for this moksha. Or really means for Paramasukha. But that alone they consider to be the means for Paramasukha. It is something like sitting in the wrong bus, thinking that it will take me to that. So, atat prapti sadhanameva tat prapti sadhanatvena anyatha grihitva. Anyatha means wrongly understanding. Having wrongly understood the means, the thing which is not the means for highest happiness as the means for highest happiness. Like what? This, as I told you, some upasana, some particular karma, some particular exercise of raising kundalini, which is atat prapti sadhana, which is not real means for parama sukha prapti, but they will consider that alone to be parama sukha prapti. So anyatha grihitva tatra evate pravartante. They are engaged in that alone, highly with so much commitment. They are engaged. I want to raise this kundalini, and one day I will reach the sahasrara, and I will have the amruta bhoga. Let's say amruta will be oozing, and that I will experience. So that type of expectation. So they will be engaged in that only. Why this happens? He said, sadhu sangha, satshastra, shravanadi, rupa, paramananda prapti sadhana gnana bhavat tesham. Because of absence of knowledge of the means for the highest ananda, tesham, for them. Because for them there is absence of knowledge for the means of highest happiness. In simple words, since they do not have the knowledge for the real means for Paramananda Brahma. And why they don't have sadhu, sangha, shastra, shravanadi, rupa, Paramananda prapti, sadhana, gnana, bhavat. This sadhana gnanam can happen, could have happened because of sadhu sangha. The means, association with noble people. Shastra Shravana, the listening to some Shastra. All these are the means for the Jnanam. The knowledge of the Paramananda Prapti is in the form of, or the here Jnanam can be taken as the means for Jnanam. The means for Jnanam, to know the real means for Paramananda is Sadhu Sangama Shastra Shravanadi. And that is not there. So sadhu sangha shastra shravanadi rupa paramananda prapti sadhana gnana abhavat tesham. So as the sentence we have to do some lakshana. How a person would know that this is the paramananda prapti sadhanam? By sadhu sangama, sadhu sangha, association with noble people, and they pay the shastra shravanam, listening to some shastra somewhere. Even from a scholar you learn, even though he is not a Brahmanistha. But if you learn from him, listen to him, he'll be reading what is there in shastra. They will say Brahma vidaptoti param. So shastra shravana or sadhu sangama, which are the means leading to the understanding that Swarupa Dhanam is Paramananda Prapti, and that is not there. Tesham. They don't have that particular exposure to the noble people, the learned people, Shastra Shravanam, therefore they don't have the Dhanam. Here Dhanam can be understood as the means for Dhanam. Tatahacha, and therefore Pamara Vishayinoho Paramanandavaptyartham na asmin granthe pravrittihi jayeta. Therefore means what? Since they are busy with something else with commitment, Pamara and the Vishayi, they are committed to something else for the attainment of goal of their life which they have conceived. Therefore, Pamara Vishayinoho, for Pamara, the non-religious materialistic person, Vishayi, religious materialistic person, for both of them, Paramananda Vaptyartham, for the purpose of the attainment of the highest Ananda, Asmin Granthe, in this Grantha, in this text, Pravrittihi na jayeta, engagement will not be born, will not happen. For them, the engagement will not happen. I don't expect them to be engaged in this. And So for Paramananda, they will not be engaged in this grantha. At least for Dukkha Nivritti, he said for that also they will not be engaged. Dukkha Hatyecha na tesham atra granthe pravrittihi. For the removal of Dukkha also, Dukkha Hatyai, Dukkha Hati, Chaturthi Dukkha Hatyai. For removal of Dukkha also, tesham of them, atra granthe, here in this text, pravrittihi na, engagement will not be there. Even for removal of dukkha, their engagement in this text will not happen. Why? Upayantare pravrittatvat. Because they are engaged in some other means. People will think that if I do parihara of this graha, then my dukkha or dukkha will go away. Some ritual I do, it will go away. Some particular upasana I do, it will go away. Or some activity I do, my dukkha will go away. So they are engaged in other means for removal of dukkha. Therefore, they will not be engaged. They will not be engaged in this text. Tasma niratishaya sukha vaptaye atyantika dukkha hanaya cha pamara vishayinoho asmin granthe na sambhavati pravrittihi. So individually he has mentioned, now he is combining both the hetu and says tasma, therefore, since they are engaged in other means for sukha prapti and dukkha nivritti, therefore Niratishaya Sukha Vaptaye, for the attainment of unsurpassable happiness, or Atyanta Dukkha Hanayacha, and for complete removal of Dukkha, Pamara Vishayinoho, of Pamara and Vishayi, Asmin Granthe, in this text, Pravrittihi na Sambhavati, engagement is not possible. So these two people are out. First, Pamara, Vishayi, they will not be interested in this Vedanta as the Vichara Sagara. Alright. Then fourth person, Muktasya api nasti adhikaraha asmin granthe. Even a free person does not have qualification in this text. Why? Because he is overqualified. Jnanihi kritakrityaha muktaha iti uchyate. Why he is not qualified? Because Jnani, a wise person, is uchyate, is called what? Kritakrityaha. The one who has done what is to be done. And he is muktaha, he is called free. And therefore, Jnanihi kritakrityaha mukta iti uchyate. Like it's what is called the marriage matrimonial, the sites useful for whom? Those who want to get married. Already married for them? बोले कि अभी देखना ही नहीं कभी. Not necessary. So similarly, this grantha is useful to whom? Only who wants to get freedom. Who is already free? This is not useful. He is overqualified. So Jnanihi kritakrityaha mukta iti uchyate. And naivasti tasya kartavyantaram. For that person, any duty is not there. Kartavyantaram, realism kartavyameva. For him, there is no other duty, means there is no duty at all. Why? Dhrada tara advitiya atma paroksh atma dhrada tara advitiya atma paroksha dhanavattvat. It should be aparoksha dhanavattvat. Aparoksha only, no? In your book it is aparoksha only, no? Atma paroksha. Okay. Why he does not have any duty? Because he is endowed with direct knowledge of the non-dual self. And his knowledge is what? Dhrada means very firm. If his knowledge is not very firm, then he requires nididhyasana. But he have got a very firm knowledge. Guruna api dukkhena na vichalyate. And therefore what? Tasya kartavyantaram nasti. Afterwards we'll see the footnote. Leelaya atra kalayapanartham pravruttaha api na asti asya granthatah prayojanam. Leelaya, out of fun, pastime like, just for fun, atra means granthe, kalayapanartham, for spending time. Pravruttaha api, even though he may be engaged. Like, oh, let me see, new book has come, somebody has sent, Vichara Sagara. Okay, let me see that kya hai. So he can turn page. Ah, acha, very good, very nice presentation is there. That is possible. So Kalayapanartham, just to spend time. Pravruttaha api, even though he is engaged in this text, asya granthatah prayojanam nasti. For that person, there is no purpose to be solved from the text. And therefore, for them, this text will not be written. Because what? That pravrutti is what? Ekantika. They may not. First of all, such wise people are very, very few. And out of those few wise people, some people don't have pravrutti in grantha. They are so much away where grantha will not reach. And some people they wise people, they will be just moving nothing. No dress also is there on the body. Where is the question of book? And therefore, they are very rare, and those who will study very rare, and it will not serve any purpose. Then, for whom this grantha is there? Okay, first he conclude. Tasmat na muktodeshena api ayam grantha pravruttaha. Therefore, this text is not pravruttaha, proceeding, keeping the free person in view. Uddeshana means keeping in view. For them, this text is not written. These what is called some small packets which is meant for only the lower income group, they will not think about rich man will be taking. It is meant for some particular group. They may take sometime. What is this? They may take it, see it, or not say, acha, ye bhi theek product hai. But for them it is not made. So similarly for Mukta Purusha, this grantha is not made. Then what? Kintu mumukshu rupa jignasu muddishya pravrutoyam grantha. But this text is proceeding, or this text is started, pravruta can be said started, keeping in view the jignasu, who is mumukshu, desirous of knowledge, and who is in the form of seeker of freedom. So both the things, seeker of freedom and seeker of knowledge, for that person alone this text is there. More we'll see in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.